Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Zoe and I love all things makeup, colorful, sometimes some neutral, especially indie, and sometimes also drugstore and high-end, mainly drugstore, a little bit of high-end. And today I want to use the Cosmic Brushes Winter Wonderland palette because I know a lot of people out there have this, own this, and I wanted to use it again. Since we cannot always buy new palettes all the time, and I wanted to kind of hopefully inspire you to take something out that you already own, already have, and use that to create a beautiful look. I was getting my brushes while stalking, so that's why I was looking over there. And I'm gonna start off with the shade Clear Skies and kind of line my eyes with that dark blue. Let me show you up close, hopefully. And just line. We're gonna get back to that later, but I just want the base to be there. And it doesn't matter like if it's not completely straight, that's okay, because it's just about the shape right now. And about having some darkness down there, up there. I'm like, I thought I was, like in my head, I was thinking about lower lash line and what I was gonna do with that at the end, but. Okay, so we have that dark shade up. And then I'm gonna take the black and just slightly press that against like the lash, the start of my lashes to make sure that we actually have the darker shade over there, because sometimes that area is not covered with putting it on to your eyelid. Okay, let's clean off my brush. Now I want this to be kind of smoky. So are we gonna go for purpley blue, true blue, or green blue? Let's go for true blue with a twist. So we're gonna take that shade Clear Skies again and just blend that out on the outer part of the eye. Do the same on the other side. So I'm just kind of like pressing that on inwards. And I'm gonna do the same on the inner corner, but with a little less product, just slightly less. So we will still have that impact of color, but it won't be totally dark yet. Okay, this is looking crazy, but we're gonna trust the process. I am now gonna take the shade, shall we take Cold? I'm gonna take the shade Cold, which leans slightly purple, but I think we can work with it. I'm just applying that over those places a slight bit, because we're gonna blend this and we want the bases to be bright. And now I'm just gonna connect the two upper parts together. I really wanted to do a little bit of a smokier look, because often with this palette I make like a one-toned look or a light, like fairy light look, or just something like that, and I wanted to explore the smokiness of this palette. Now I'm going into Fresh Air, which is like a bright sky blue, and I'm just gonna apply that like everywhere in the crease. See if we can blend this in to that shade we already had going on. Okay, I do think we need a fluffier brush for this, or else it will take me 500 years to blend this in. Let's see, do we have a fluffier brush? Yes, we do. And we're going back into that fresh air shade and just blending that over the shade that was already there. Like, that makes so much more sense. It's so much easier to not have a tiny brush. Okay. I'm just blending that. It seems a bit darker on this side, or at least more impactful. So I'm gonna take a little bit of kohl again and make sure that we have the same amount of deepness on both eyes. Now, I do agree that we're not even yet. It's also because the outsides of my eyes, you see this is much pointier, this is much more round. We need to fix that later because that's just always the way my eyeshadow seems to apply. Now I'm gonna go into Icicle and just blend that over just very lightly, because we don't want this to get too light, but we do want there to be a bit of a gradient. Okay, and then I don't normally do this, but I will apply a matte in the inner corner and then apply a shimmer over. I'm going to take the shade Snowfall. Wait, there's pink in my brush because this shade is turning pink. Why? So I'm putting that in the inner corner and also in the outer corner. And now it looks really weird, but I'm gonna actually blend this in. Like that. Okay, so the mattes are all done now. It's looking kind of strange, but if you're wondering what mattes I used, I started off with this shade and then this shade to create the smoked. Then I used the shade Cold, then Fresh Air, a slight bit of Icicle, and in the inner and outer corner some Snowfall. Now let's get into shimmers. I really want to use the shade Chill on my eyeball because it's that like true dark blue shade. Oh, that's pretty. And we wanted to keep it slightly smoky, and this is quite a dark shade as well. So I think that makes sense with what we were going for. I'm trying not to lift my eyebrows too much because my makeup crease is so terribly bad around my brow, like above my brows, and also it doesn't have like, oh sorry, it doesn't make sense to completely raise my brows because nobody's gonna see my makeup like that. So I should apply it with less raised brows so I also know how it's gonna look. Okay, so far, so great. I like it. I like this. Okay, let's already take some of this makeup off. It's right there in the edge because we want this to be like a clean cut line. Okay, now let's bring a little bit of light back into those eyes and then we'll be done. For the lower lash line, what shall we do? I think I just want to do, I think I'm going to do Winter Solstice, which is like a blue to peach duochrome, to give a little bit of oomph to the lower lash line. The only, like, I love this palette a lot. I love blues. I am a blue, purple, no, blue, pink, green kind of girl. And then especially blue and pink. I love blue and pink. But the only thing I'll have to say I'm kind of missing in this palette is a silver. I don't know why, but that would have made so much sense to me if there was like a silver in this palette. But there's not, and that's fine. But I mean, we can talk about like what we desire, right? So yeah, the only thing I would say I'm missing in this palette is a silver. But I do have silver single shadow, so it's fine. So I don't know if you can tell, but on the lower lash line, I put this shade right here, which goes from a peach to a purpley blue to a, I hope I can show you this because it also goes to almost a minty. Can you see that over there? It's like right over here. That's what it shifts to, and it's really, really pretty. Now let's do some inner corner highlight, and I actually want to go into the shade Frost and just apply that in the inner corner. Clean off my brush to not get the shade Frost all dirty. Do the same on the outer corner. If you're new to my channel and you're wondering why I put light shades on my outer corner as well, I have a droopy eye shape, which means my eyes tend to hang down. And if I do just lighting up the look, like if I just light up the look in the inner corner, that will emphasize that droopiness of my eyes, which is not what we want. I don't want to hide it necessarily, but I don't want to accentuate it either, because honestly, it's not my favorite part of my body, my droopy eyes, which is okay. We all have parts that we love and do not love about our body. At least I hope everybody has something they like about their body. But so I try to not accentuate that, and because of that, I usually put a lighter shade in the outer corner as well. So wow, I just really lost my train of thought right there. You probably noticed, but it was like brain fog. Okay, are we even? I have no clue, but I do like this look a lot. I'm gonna finish up, do brows, do mascara, all of that stuff, and I'll be back. And we're back. So I finished up with just some mascara, some lip products, and some brows. And this is the finished look. I gotta say, this turned out even better than I hoped it would. Wait, I'm gonna show you up close how it all looks. And I gotta say, it worked out even better than I thought it would. I had made teal and blue looks before with this and some purpley blue looks, but I haven't really done like this kind of smoky look. But I'm loving it. I'm feeling this like in my core. We're at the end of, like, not even the end. We're like midsummer, and I feel like this is my vibe at the moment. No clue why, but I love this palette. And if you're wondering if this is kind of repetitive because it's so big and it's kind of only tones of blue, I gotta tell you, it's very much not repetitive at all, because you have your group. I hope this focused properly, but you have your purpley blues, you have like true blues. Can we focus, please? We have more minty shades, more soft shades, like these are the tones of blue you get in here, like purpley blues, blue blues, and green blues, and all of those have darker shade, lighter shades, all of that, and then some beautiful shifty shimmers that will match those same shades, and sometimes more than just that. For example, this shade. So I think this palette does a lot. You can do so much with it. if you like variations of blue, purpley blue, tealy blue, those kinds of shades, I think you'll love this if you don't have it yet. If you have this, please let me know what kind of looks you love to do with this. Do you love to do more two-toned looks, like monochromatic looks, smoky looks? What do you guys like to do? And if you have any other palettes from Cosmic Brushes that you would like to see me use, please let me know as well. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!